is the Blessed One. Blessed is the giver of blessings. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the Blessed One. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do,
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la la la. ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We begin on page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'uni Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seichem Leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Music has always welcomed us into this space. Music has always helped us feel right at home here. And music has always comforted us, lifted us, moved us right here. Never more so than tonight. So welcome and Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Michael Friedman. So pleased to be here on our Bima with Cantor Julia Cadrain and Cantor Becky Mann, and our musicians tonight, Julian and Yusuf and Mike. We also have Chris and Sean helping us stream the service out to the world, and many of our staff, including Stephanie and Noah and others who are here. Whether you've been here many, many times or it's your first time here at Temple Israel tonight, we want you to know you have always belonged right here. And so, with so many people filling our sanctuary, I know many of us are next to friends and loved ones and our spouses and our children, which is beautiful. I'm sure there's also people near us who we don't yet know. So we want to invite you to extend a hand, introduce yourself to someone who's nearby, and greet them and wish them Shabbat Shalom. We also send our greetings to those of you who are with us via the live stream, and our greetings to Rabbi Pleasant and Rabbi Nematov Bressler, who are with our teens on a wonderful social justice weekend in Washington, D.C. They wish they could be here as well, but we haven't yet figured out how to put two clergy in two places at once. And to all of you on the live stream, we welcome you into this space digitally too. Tonight, we'll do many things. We're going to celebrate music here at Temple Israel as part of our 75th anniversary celebration. We're going to dedicate the Alan Wasserman Fund for Musical Artistry. We're going to honor our musicians and all of you who are so devoted to music here at our congregation, and we will celebrate Shabbat Shirah. And to get us started, we want to invite Lori Wasserman, Aaron Wasserman, Mindy Wasserman, and Danielle Wasserman forward to light our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
This week is known as Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of song, because we read in our Torah from the very moment when the Israelites crossed the sea into freedom. And what was the first thing they did when they crossed the sea but burst into song? And we honor this tradition of singing together every single week in Kabbalat Shabbat, lifting our voices in song in times of joy and in times of struggle and in everything in between. And so tonight, we'll sing words that come right out of that song of the sea that the Israelites sang, Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua, my strength and my song come from you. The words can be found on your handout.
My strength and my song, my strength and my song, my strength and my song come from you. My strength and my song, my strength and my song, my strength and my song come from you. Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. Ozi, 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 Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. My strength and my song, strength and my song, my strength and my song come from you. My strength and my song, my strength and my song, my strength and my song come from you.
Ozi v'zimratya,
Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. Ozi v'zimratya vayihili lishua. Ozi, 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 Ozi. We welcome the Shabbat beloved with Lecha Dodi on page 138. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9,
And when we get to the last verse, we'll turn together, face the door, and welcome in Shabbat. Standing, we turn to page 146.
be seated. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel wrote, "We experience so very often in prayer the disparity between our desire for expression and the inadequacy of the means of expression. And thus it is a grace to be able to give oneself up to music, to a song. The wave of a song carries the soul to heights which utterable meanings can never reach. And thus the primary purpose of prayer is not to make requests. No, the primary purpose is to praise, to sing. Because the essence of prayer is a song, and we cannot live without song. Prayer may not save us, but prayer may make us worthy of being saved."
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
In a moment, we'll turn to Michamocha, a prayer whose words come from this week's Torah portion. We read that after we cross the Red Sea and arrive safely to freedom on the other side, we opened our mouths and uttered a spontaneous song of amazement. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, Adonai? Centuries later, we are still singing that ancient song, and while the melodies evolve, the essential spirit of awe and wonder remains the same. Tonight, we offer our gratitude to those who sang that song before us and helped us arrive at this moment. We are inheritors of a glorious musical tradition led by TI's former cantors, especially our beloved cantor emeritus, Richard Silverman, who couldn't be here tonight but sends his love. And we know that the sacred work of all of TI's cantors has been supported and made possible by you, this holy congregation, many of whom have been here for decades, who always implicitly understood the value and power of music to unite us, to give voice to our longings, and to lift our hearts. So in gratitude for that rich, beautiful history, and with appreciation for those on whose shoulders we stand, we turn together to page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught. Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it's eternally Egypt.
There's a better place, promised land. Winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. And there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together, singing. Page 160.
God, we ask you to spread the shelter of your peace over all those we love, over our holy city, Jerusalem, and over all the soldiers serving our state of Israel in harm's way, in Gaza, on the northern border, and elsewhere, tonight and all nights.
Shomreinu
I invite you to join with me in a prayer for the state of Israel on page 377, either in the Hebrew or the English. Avinu Shabashamayim, Tzor Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael Reshit Tzmichat Gulatenu, Hagen Aleha Bevrat Chasdecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Oracha v'amitcha l'rasheha sareha v'yoatzeha, V'taknem beitzat tova milfanecha, V'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam liyoshveha, V'nomar Amen. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
As we prepare to recite the words of the Amidah, we invite our choir to come join us on the Bima tonight. We often begin this section with the words, Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. And so in honor of Shabbat Shirah, we offer this musical interpretation, Awaken My Soul. Awaken our soul, our hearts, and our lives, so that our lips may declare your praise. The words can be found on your handout.
Awaken my soul to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll. Both a guest and a gift in this life I am living. May I be for a blessing as I come and I go. I come and I go. Awaken my soul to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll. Both a guest and a gift in this life I am living. May I be for a blessing as I come and I go. I come and I go. Awaken my soul to all its potential. A letter unique in an infinite scroll. we rise in body or spirit and turn to page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon גומל חסדים טובים, מקונה הכל, מזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם מעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may be seated. This week I read of the valor of a 19-year-old IDF medic who had completed her training just weeks before October 7th. And a couple of weeks ago, she was with the battalion in Gaza when they were attacked. And she was tending to a comrade who was losing a lot of blood. And as she was tending to him, she ordered him to sing, because she knew that singing would keep him conscious and alive. And he made it. Tonight, as we offer a prayer for healing, we keep in mind not only those injured in the line of duty, but also the 132 hostages who've been held in captivity now for months. They're with us every single day. And so too, there are those among our own friends and family who we're thinking of at this time who are in need of a little bit of strength, healing, sustenance. If you have someone you'd like to mention at this time, I invite you to do that now. In addition to those named out loud or in our hearts, we also pray for the healing of Scott Barrow, Wendy Bierman, John Burns, Heather Coronado, Frida Easton, Steve Elliott, Jackie Fuchs, Lanny Gans, Bob Gillespie, Carol Goldberg, Jeff Helfand, Aaron Hirsch, Ellen Kaplan, Richard Lieberfarb, Robbie Regano, Kelly Snisky, Dale Winokur Troy, Tim Walker, Derek Yak, Moshe Yaakov ben Yocheved. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimalei rachamim alehem lahachli mam ularapotam ulahachazikam vayishlach lahem meheira refuah min hashamayim refuat hanefesh refuat haguf hashta bagala vizman kariv v'nomar Amen. Page 371.
Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say, Amen. Visheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirits, and let us say, Amen.
Among the many things we are celebrating this evening is the establishment by our longtime member, Lori Wasserman, of the Alan Wasserman Musical Artistry Fund in loving memory of her late husband. Lori and the Wasserman family have been part of our Temple Israel family for 30 years. Alan was a music lover and an artist. He created the candelabra that has brought light to our sanctuary ever since he gifted it to us 5 years ago. And in his memory, this fund will support the cultivation of musical excellence. Isn't this excellent? Each week during our Friday night Shabbat services. Alan wrote some farewell words for his own funeral because he was diagnosed with cancer at a very early age. He knew he would only have a limited amount of time left with his family and with all of us. And he planned every bit of his farewell. He wrote, "My goals in life were modest. In my professional life, I tried to represent my clients with honesty, integrity, and with all the zeal, passion, and creativity I could bring to bear. I tried to be a good mentor and a good colleague. And in my personal life, I tried to be a good son, a good brother, a good husband, a good father, and a good friend. I tried to be a moral and ethical person, both in words and in deeds." Yes, Alan believed that he lived an ordinary life like most lives that pass through this world. But he wasn't quite exactly right. I believe he lived an extraordinary life, and that his legacy continues long after he has passed physically from this world. Alan enriched my own life and was a friend. He provided a model of how to live with intention and authenticity in the face of one's own mortality. I wish that each of us approached life, not just death, life, as he did. Alan inspired us all by living his life with great intentionality. He couldn't control the fact that he was stricken with cancer. But rather than feel helpless, Alan used the time that he had to create memories, to create music, to create art, to throw parties, to play in a band, to DJ on the radio, to travel to Israel, and so much more. He made his own choices. He made his own memories. He made his own legacy. And we are so honored that his legacy will live on here at his beloved Temple Israel, just as it does through all of you. Lori, we want to invite you forward to the bima at this time.
Good evening. Thank you all for attending. I want to share with you why this fund is being established based on some family traditions and stories that I will now share about the role that music played and art in Alan's life. The song of Alan's life began on the Broadway stage. Alan's parents were in amateur musical productions in Belmore, Long Island, and he soaked up all his mother's show tune albums from a very young age. Reaching that age where children differentiate from their parents, Alan became a British invasion zealot, a mop-top missionary who spread the gospel of Beatlemania, preaching the good word of John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Alan idolized the rock gods, the Kinks, the Dave Clark Five, the Rolling Stones, the Herman's Hermits, to name a few. He was a true fan with encyclopedic knowledge of the most obscure musical facts. Alan, possessing no musical talent to speak of, was the most enthusiastic supporter of others. We were 19 at Northwestern University, sitting on the beach of Lake Michigan on our second date. I was singing him Bob Dylan on my guitar. He was so appreciative and encouraged me to try my hand at open mic nights. He was my biggest fan and always in the audience, and I feel his presence here tonight. You can draw a through line of his love for music from his earliest days of our marriage to the final moments. Each Hanukkah, gifts were unwrapped to the sounds of Fiddler on the Roof, the entire album. The kids and I suffered through that. Alan surprised everyone at Matthew's bar mitzvah reception with a stellar Beatles tribute band. He encouraged Danielle to play the flute in school, and she is quite proficient even now. He indulged the kids' love of eclectic music, and we all attended dozens of concerts together. When we became empty nesters, Alan decided that we would become marquee members of his favorite public radio station on the Fordham campus, WFUV. We spent many of our favorite date nights in small, intimate venues in New York City, where we would be introduced to new singer-songwriters, only to tune in later and hear those same voices on the radio. When Alan became sick with cancer, he dove into music and he found pure joy. He decided to bid at a WFUV auction, the prize to be the first member to host a radio show live. His theme was favorite road trip songs, and he chatted about them on the air like an enthralled teenager. He then rented out the Rockwood Music Hall on the Lower East Side to benefit the station and put on a live concert with our family and all of our friends who performed for 2 solid hours. Danielle played the flute, backed by a wonderful band. I surprised Alan with an original a cappella arrangement to Janis Joplin's Mercedes-Benz, which I changed to Audi A5 because that was his prize car at the time. That evening, Alan played electric guitar to the songs Twist and Shout and Forever Young. He did not sing because he could not carry a tune, but he practiced for hours to make sure that he got every single chord just right. Alan was sick for 3 years, but during that time, he hosted 2 amazing summer evening dinners in our backyard to celebrate life and to show that he would not succumb to cancer. He invited an a cappella group from Yale to perform as a surprise for all the guests, myself included. He wrote an original song that they performed, which astounded all of us. For the second dinner, he found an artist in the subway in New York who played an unusual African instrument and hired him to serenade us all evening long. He also invited Cantor Sklar to perform Hebrew melodies around the campfire at the end of that evening. When our family first joined Temple Israel in 1995, Alan was blown away by the musical arrangements that filled the Sabbath and the High Holy Days. Growing up in a conservative synagogue and not having attended Jewish summer camp, he was not aware of the Debbie Friedman effect. I'm really glad I got a laugh because I was like, I don't know if they're going to understand what I'm saying. Thank you for that. It means a lot. He embraced the robust musical services and found great solace in the ambience that it provided. And one special Shabbat, Alan said to me, I am going to make a candelabra for this synagogue based on the aesthetic that I see right here. Alan's candelabra is a most fitting tribute to Temple Israel. His gift was the practice of taking mundane objects and breathing new life and meaning into them, just as we do on Shabbat when we gather candles, bread, and wine. At this time, in this space, the mundane objects are made holy, and we reflect on the truth that we are creators and we are also creations. In a poetic way, it tells the whole story of why we are gathered here today. Alan spent his life working to make brighter and more beautiful the world around him. In the last 2 months of his life, Alan put on an art show at Silvermine in New Canaan. It was his swan song. Our friends who purchased his art supported the establishment of his small philanthropy, and he called it If Life. He was truly a giving man. In Alan's name, his sister Mindy chose to sponsor the Church Street School for Music and Arts open mic nights in downtown New York City. The last Thursday of the month, all are invited to perform with a live band, recite original compositions, tell their best jokes, or simply sit back and enjoy the talented and spirited performers. And as a special dedication to Alan and his deep passion for the Beatles, the If Life open mic series kicks off every January with a Beatlemania takeover. Last night was that Thursday night. My family and I had the pleasure of belting out Twist and Shout with the entire audience joining us. Alan would be so overjoyed with Mindy's choice. Rabbi Friedman, Alan so enjoyed getting to know you during the 3 years that he was ill. He felt strongly that our rabbi should know the person who had passed on. He felt comfortable with you to read his parting words to all of us at his own funeral. It was so moving, so very beautiful. I know that my darling husband would be so proud to have this fund in his honor to continue the outstanding tradition of beautiful music here at Temple Israel. Crescendo is a term in music for a gradual increase in loudness in a piece of music, and it's a most fitting word to describe my late husband's lifetime. At the end, Alan burned brighter and with more color and more sound than at any other time. Cancer robbed him of his form and his strength, but it also unburdened him. Alan laid bare his artistic soul. He left the world with songs unsung and art unfinished, but the work was begun, and that is a mitzvah. My final thoughts. The Hebrew phrase lador vador is the responsibility of passing on spiritual knowledge and cultural traditions from generation to generation. And I think I have done that by establishing this fund. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
In the spirit of Lador Vador, of passing on light, joy, and music to the next generation, Alan's beautiful work of art in his candelabra, his very mission in creating that was to bring more light into the world. And there's a phrase that comes from Psalm 97, Or Zarua Latzadik, light is sown for the righteous, joyousness for the upright of heart. In establishing this fund, you are planting the seeds of light and joy that will continue to bring into the world. Or Zarua Latzadik, found on your song sheet.
Or Zarua Latzadik Uyishrei Lev Simcha. Or Zarua Latzadik Uyishrei Lev Simcha. On this night, when we give thanks for the light of music, we take a moment of appreciation for all of us who make transcendent and beautiful music possible at Temple Israel, starting with our Shabbat band, led by Julian Chin, our pianist. I want to tell you a little bit about each of our musicians. Julian previously had an eclectic music career in the Chicago area, playing in local jazz, rock, and hip-hop bands, as well as working as music director and pit musician for theatrical productions. He served on faculty at the Chicago High School for the Arts and as the music director of Temple Jeremiah in Northfield, Illinois. Since moving to the East Coast, he now works as a collaborative pianist at the Debbie Friedman School of Sacred Music at HEC and serves as the conductor of the Brooklyn chapter of Hazamir, the International Jewish Teen Choir. Malin Carta, our clarinetist who couldn't be here tonight, but who we often hear on Shabbat when she's not playing at TI, performs in pit orchestras and big bands, and the New London Big Band. She also writes and performs her original music that blends genres and influences to create a sound and energy uniquely hers. Mike Cannon, our bassist, who, when not at Temple Israel, served as bassist on Broadway in many shows, to name just a few, Elf, Cinderella, and Something Rotten. He's subbed on 30 other Broadway shows, including the current production of Sweeney Todd. Other credits include the New York Pops at Carnegie Hall, the New York Choral Society, and Mike can be heard on the NBC live productions of The Sound of Music and Peter Pan, as well as the soundtrack to the Producers movie. He is married to French hornist Sarah Della Posta. Their 10-year-old son, Cole, refuses to practice his trombone. Yusuf, our percussionist, when he's not at TI, works as a musician performing, teaching, composing, and directing. His latest endeavors include building an online frame drum school, which now has students in 68 countries, and he was recently appointed co-artistic director along with his wife, Catherine Lockwood, of Telluride Music Fest. He also plays with an unusual viola percussion group called Duo Jalal, and has performed with Philip Glass, Yo-Yo Ma, Laurie Anderson, Branford Marsalis, and Paul Winter. We give special honor, too, to Mike Lantowski, a beloved member of our TI family for decades, who will be with us tomorrow for Haley's bat mitzvah, and whose loving presence brings warmth to every single B'nai mitzvah here at TI, and some Friday evenings as well. When Mike isn't here with us, he serves as music director of St. Pius Catholic Church. In addition to our professional musicians, we want to thank so many of you who have supported music at Temple Israel. So we now call up two to represent the many, Tammy, Jersey, and Maury Wynn. Please join us. And as they are coming up, we call on you, our beloved congregation, to please rise and remain standing. If you have ever been part of a choir at Temple Israel, please rise and remain standing. If you have supported our music funds, please rise and remain standing. If you have been part of a cantorial search committee, please rise and remain standing. If you served or currently serve on the ritual committee, please rise and remain standing. If you just love singing along with us on Shabbat, we invite you to rise as we stand together as one congregation united in our love of song as we prepare to welcome Torah. Our strength and our song, our strength and our song, our strength and our song come from you. Our strength and our song, our strength and our song, our strength and our song come from you. Our strength and our song, our strength and our song, our strength and our song come from you. Our strength and our song, our strength and our song, our strength and our song come from you.
This evening, we will be reading a bit from Shirat Hayam, from the Song of the Sea, and we'll specifically be reading from two sections. We're showing you how this part of the Torah differs from the rest of the entire Torah, showing almost like waves in the sea. If you have the larger Torah commentary and you want to follow along, it's on page 438, or you can simply look along right here. You'll hear some familiar phrases. We're going to jump around a little bit, beginning with Exodus 15, verses 1 through 2. Az Ashir Moshe u'bnei Yisrael et hashira hazot l'Adonai vayomru lemor Ashir l'Adonai ki ga'o ga'a sus v'rachvo rama vayam ozi v'zimratia vayhili lishua ze eli v'yanevehu Elohei avi ve'amomemnehu.
מי כמוך נדר וקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה.
She was one which sang our history. With every strand and every strength, she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she danced through the night. On your song sheet, and the women. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
May be seated.
Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah.
Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow by Alan Wasserman. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Each represents a moment in time, miraculously eternal, yet beautifully sublime. Yesterday is forever carved in stone, both certainty and finality, best left alone. As for tomorrow, it is no more than a promise idealized, a future that may never be realized. Today, however, is a moment we can touch. Today is real, a moment we can feel. Today is ours to own. Today is our chance to shape the unknown. Then came the day when time stood still, an unexpected diagnosis with a most dire prognosis. But rather than dwell on regrets over the many yesterdays that I cannot have back, rather than ponder a future that I may ultimately lack, each day when I awake, these simple promises to my family, my friends, and myself I do make. I promise to accept my yesterdays without regret or remorse. I promise not to dwell on the tomorrows I may never see. I promise instead to embrace today, a moment in time in which I can find peace in just being me. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, all of these moments in time, today is eternal and beautifully sublime. Tonight, there are many of us here who are in mourning. And so if you're observing Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days after a loss, and you'd like to share the name of your loved one aloud, we invite you to do so now. Tonight we remember Ruth Beitel, wife of the late Bernard, mother of Karen, Suzanne and James, Jennifer and Alan, grandmother of Sydney, Jake, Tess, Dylan, Channing, and Avery. We remember Dorothy Bolleton, grandmother of Stephanie Schwartz, mother of David and Susu, Ruth and Bill, Susan and John, grandmother of Rebecca and Josh, Lily and Elihu, Noah and Jesse, and great-grandmother of Rafi, Jay, Abe, and Simon. As has become our custom here at Temple Israel, we remember one of the too many Israelis who have died in recent weeks and months. Tonight we remember Sergeant First Class Nicholas Berger, age 22, who was from the Pisgat Zev neighborhood in Jerusalem. He earned distinction for his work as a security guard on the light rail system, the main public mode of public transportation in Jerusalem. And he was killed on Monday in the Hamas attack on the multiple structures, the buildings that collapsed, among 20 other IDF soldiers. He was smart, beautiful, kind-hearted, loved by all, and very devoted to his mother, who raised him as a single parent. So too on this evening, if you are observing a yahrzeit, the anniversary of a loss, and you'd like to share a name aloud, we invite you to do so at this time. As a congregation, we remember the yahrzeits of Alan Abramson, Jeannie Ray Adams, Marty Albert, Leonard Beckenstein, Peter Brandenburg, Arthur Bressler, Herman Budnick, Emmanuel Dubenbaum, Mehdi Esakpour, Herman Freundlich, Arnold Gans, Henry Gates, Alfred Gilbert, June Gerard, Jerry Greenberg, Phyllis Herskowitz, Olga Hyman, Sidney Levy, Julia Malley, Alvin Meyer, Wallace Meyer, Beth Middleman Blank, Jane Perry, Gloria Rabiner, Bernard Reiner, Dahlia Rejwan, Jack Rubin, Rose Eisen Sanders, Charles Mitchell Siegel, Sam Samea, Milton Silver, Ed Stern, Norma Stessel, Sam Scheftel, Rosalind Teplitz, Diana Schumer Turret, Morris Nunez Vaz, Michael Vasid, Earl Wallmark, Sylvia Wayne, Benjamin Weiss, Elaine Wolson, Betsy Wolfe. And as tomorrow is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, we of course take as our own all the 6 million of our people murdered by the Nazis. If you are joining us via the live stream and have a name to share, we invite you to share that name in the comments or just say it aloud wherever you may be. And we invite those in the period of Shiva or Shloshim to stand at this time. We invite those observing yahrzeit to stand at this time. Now we invite our entire congregation to rise in sympathy and friendship as we turn to page 598, for these familiar and we hope comforting words of Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, V'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lamei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, u'ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the Holy One of Blessing, who creates harmony in the heavens above, bring peace to us to all the people of Israel, and to all humanity. And we say together,
Amen.
What a special evening it's been, and what a pleasure it has been to be together. Many of us, we will be together tomorrow as we celebrate the bat mitzvah of Haley Matloff. And Haley, we want to invite you forward at this time so that you can lead us in Kiddush and Motzi. We'll invite everyone following the conclusion of our service. You can join Cantor Man right over there. Following the conclusion of our service, we invite everyone to join us for a special oneg in Alan's memory and in honor of the Wasserman family and in celebration of music and all those who contribute to the excellence of music here at Temple Israel. And that'll just be in our social hall right behind you. Are you ready, Haley? Yeah. Yes, okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava v'ratzon inhelanu zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit ki hu yom lehilah V'mikra kodesh sehem l'msiyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kijashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodsheha be'ahava u'ratzon Hinhalanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Well done. That was beautiful. And now you get to cut a few slices of challah for your family as you lead us in the blessing, Haley.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lehem min haaretz v'te'aron.
And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Here we go.